All right, we're starting in our math journals today. And I've gone ahead and written today's journal entry. Today's what we're working on today, page 38. 10 times as many and 100 times as many. So if you need to pause to write that down, that's fine. And then replay the video. I'm going to go ahead and go to page 38. And it's right here for me. We have some things that go with our activity, some supplies. So go ahead and get your green strip of paper. Okay. And I'm just trimming around. And then I've given you 3 digits. And we're going to need zeros for this activity. So I decided that Fruit Loops make good zeros. So we're going to use Fruit Loops for our zeros today. Okay, so you need to get your supplies. Pause the video if you need to. And I'm going to get a little bit of glue and glue this in. All right, sorry, I'm at my teacher table. Sometimes there's no glue back here. Well, this looks like there's not much glue in here anyway. Just enough to glue it down on our paper. Okay. So let's start with our 1. If you need to pause until you're ready, that's fine, you can. Okay. When I use my place value chart and I put a 1 in the ones place, what number did I make? I made a 1. Okay. Now, if I move this 1 over to the tens place, I now have a whole. Remember when we had blanks when we were doing expanded form and expanded notation? What did we do with those blanks? We put a 0 in them. Okay. So I have moved the digit from the ones place to the tens place, and I have filled that space with a 0. I've gone from 1 to 10. 10 is 10 times as many as 1 because I moved it 1 space. 10 times 1 times 10 is 10. What about if I take this 10 and I want 10 times as many as 10? I'm going to move these over because 10 times 10, I know you know it, is 100. So this time, if we started out 1 and we moved our 1 2 places to the left on the place value chart, I added 2 zeros, 2 places, 2 zeros, 1, or 100 is 100 times as many as 1. 10 times as many as 1, 100 times as many as 1. Okay, what if we wanted to say, how much is 10 times 100? Well, now we're starting to see the pattern. So 10 times just means I move everything 1 space to the left. So 10 times as many as 100 is 1,000. You should be following along with me with your digits and your Fruit Loops. Okay, what if we wanted to do 10 times as many as 1,000? Do we know what it would be? Well, 10 times means I'm moving it over one space and filling in with a 0. My comma would go right here. Ones, tens, hundreds, comma. So 10,000 is 10 times as many as 1,000. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And if we want to take 10,000 and say, what is 10 times as many as 10,000? We're going to move everything over, and we're going to hope that our Fruit Loops kind of stay where they're supposed to stay. And I got to get a new Fruit Loop, because 10,000 times 10 is 100,000. This is where my comma would go. Okay? What if we wanted to go from 1 to 100? How many spots am I moving over? 1, 2, 2. 2 zeros means 100 is 10 times as many as 10, and 100 is 100 times as many as 1. Okay, this gets a little confusing, okay? But Miss Wilson, does it work with other digits? Well, let's try it. Here's 4. I put 4 in the ones place. Here's 4. If I want to know what number is 10 times as many as 4, I move it 1 over. 10 has 1 0, and I've moved it 1 place to the left. I've filled that space with a 0, and now my 4 becomes a 40. Much, much different number. 40 is 10 times as many as 4. Okay, what if we want to know 100 times as many 4? I think I said that right. 100 has 2 zeros, so we would move it 2 places to the left and fill in with zeros. 400 is 100 times as many as 4. Okay, we could do that all the way through. What about if we had a different number? Now I've got a tens and a ones. Okay, what if I wanted to know 10 times as many? How many zeros in 10? 1 0. We're going to move these digits 1 place to the left. When I do that, I make a new number. 740. Okay, 740 is 10 times as many as 74. What if I wanted to do 100 times as many as 74? There's 100. How many zeros do we have? 2. So I'm going to be moving 2 spaces 10 times, 100 times, and then we fill in with our 0. 7,000, let's write this one down. 7,400 is 100 times as many as 74. Remember, we moved it 1 place, 2 places to the left, right? In 4th and 5th grade, you'll learn how to move to the right a little more. But right now, we're concentrating on moving to the left. 10 times as many, 100 times as many, 1,000 times as many, 10,000 times as many, and 100,000 times as many. All right, I'm going to give you a few ones to work on. Okay. light just went out. I don't know if it'll come back on. Hopefully you can still see. All right. So I've made for you 470. That means I want you to make 470. How many times did you have to move 47 to get it to 470? You had to move it one place. One place is 1 0, so that means 10 times as many. Okay, let's do another one. I'll give you a real challenge. No, you know what? Let's try something else. Let's try. Oh, I'm really going to give you a challenge. Okay, so I have given you the number 14,700. Okay. How many places did this number have to move this way? From 147 to make 10 times, 100 times as many. You know what the clue is? The clue is your zeros. How many zeros do you have? 2. What number has 2 zeros? 10, 100, 1,000, right? It's this one, 100. 100 has 2 zeros, and that's how many places we had to move it and fill in with our Fruit Loops. 14,700 is 100 times as many as 147. All right, we're going to practice that more, but that's what we're putting in our math journal today.